Hello, work life warriors. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to stop past and discuss the book that I finished this week, and it is Antifragile. I've done a couple of videos already, but I kind of want to just tie up two ideas that popped up. And one is just the idea of living versus existing, and the idea that you can very much be alive or living, but be dead on the inside. And then there's something that's worse than death, which is to be dead on the inside while still alive. And there's a passage in the book that says, we are not the first generation to believe that the worst possible thing to befall us is death. But for the anxious, the worst possible outcome was not death, but a dishonorable death, or even just a regular one. And so I just wanted to come past and talk a little bit about this idea of just having a dishonorable death or a regular death. So right now we live in a society, if you live in America, it is rich in abundance, and everywhere and around the world is rich in abundance, but in particular, US right now, we are seeing an influx of millionaires, of people reaching their financial independence goals. And so we all have the opportunity right now to produce and create something of value so that we just don't have a regular death. And we kind of fear being criticized and shunned and made fun of and outcast, that we don't really live up to our true potential and we don't really live an authentic life. And so we die, trying to please others, trying to conform, trying to, make others feel good about being around us or comfortable around us. And so we don't really excel, and we don't really show up as our authentic selves and grow and expand. Instead, we shrink and conform. And so doing that is worse than death, because you live a long existence. Now we're living 80 years plus, and to live you what, 75 of them or 70 of them, depending on when you decide to start people pleasing, conforming to someone else's idea of you and expectation, an ideal that you may never live up to, is a miserable existence, and it's kind of dishonoring yourself. So when we talk about integrity, we talk about choosing to have integrity within yourself over integrity, or choosing to dishonor your integrity for the sake of the group, whether that be in a family, institution, your job, but this being disloyal to yourself by being loyal to other people. And that is a dishonorable death, in my opinion, because at the end of your life, you have only yourself to answer to, and all the decisions that you made will shape and mold the quality of your life. And at the end of your life, if there's things that you didn't accomplish, or if you have so many regrets or things that you wish you would have did or said, that is because you decided that it was better to seek comfort and to conform instead of living an authentic life. And I never really understood how, people did such, heinous crimes and lived doing things like unfair and cheating on a large scale and mistreating people. It's so hard, because it's like you have to go home and look at yourself. And how can you look at yourself or feel like you have honor to thyself through deluding other people? How can you feel like you're enriching yourself through deluding other people? And so dishonor to me is, choosing the comfortable route, or choosing the people please over taking the harder obstacles, or the harder route, or doing the hardest thing, which again makes you stretch, grow, expand, make you a better person, make your character strong, bond your character to who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world, and hold yourself accountable to those standards. And so absolutely, it's so important for you to make your own values, for you to know who you are and show up authentically, and live the type of life that you deem valuable, that you enjoy, that makes you happy, because only in doing so can you feel like that you're living and not just existing. Because when you begin to try to please external circumstances or people's or things or meet expectations that are external, you begin to lose your internal control. And it's not really beneficial if you're operating out of obligation instead of choosing what you're doing and operating out of power. So each choice that you make throughout your life accumulates and helps you become the person you want to be and takes you towards where you want to go. And so it's up to you to set those values, have integrity, work on your character, develop your character so that you're not just existing, you're living, you're having a quality life. You're not just here for 80 years pleasing other people at the expense of yourself and not really enjoying this experience that you're having. You must choose it. And by choosing it, you make better choices, you improve your quality of your of life, and you honor your own self. So at the end of your life, you're proud of the things that you accomplished, how you showed up, the life that you had. We can't necessarily control certain things that happen to us, but what we can control is ourselves. And so the honor and integrity that we give ourselves in the time and energy that we put into ourselves so that we're living instead of existing will matter. And so again, internal control is deciding that this is what I value, and I'm going to have integrity for what I value in life, and I'm going to pursue my goals, my mission, my dreams, and not compromise my values or my integrity to do so. And that includes if that, makes people that you love uncomfortable, if it makes them angry, if it makes things difficult for you. um, it's up to you, depending on what you want out of life, to make the best choices for yourself. So if you want quality, if you want to have a quality life, then you must make quality choices, and you must choose to have integrity and honor with yourself in order to live and not just exist. If not, you'll wake up every day doing what you're expected to do, and one day you'll wake up and realize that you numbed yourself for such a long time. And that is such a miserable existence when there is always another option, which is to do the work, to figure out who you are, to show up authentic, to figure out what you value, and align your goals, missions, and dreams to what you value. So please tell me, what do you think about the quote about that there's something worse than death, which is to die while living? How do you feel about that? Are you numb on the inside, or did you define your values? Do you live up to your goals and dreams? Do you have integrity? Tell me, are you living? Are you existing? What do you feel about what was said in this passage of the book? So I hope that helps, work life warriors. I will probably do one more video on this, and enjoy your day.